Hi, I'm Megan and welcome to my kitchen. Today's video is part of a recipe swap collab hosted by Sarah at Sarah's Realm. Those of us participating in the collab were randomly paired up with the creator and we swapped recipes. I was paired up with Amanda from Faith Food and Family. She is super sweet and I love watching her videos. She does what's for dinner videos, recipes, and other foodie content. I'll link Amanda's channel in the description box below. Be sure to visit her as soon as you're done watching my video and show her some love. I'll also include Sarah's channel as well as the collab playlist so that you can check those out as well. If you're coming over to my channel from Amanda or the playlist, welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you'll consider subscribing. So let's get into Amanda's recipes. First up is a pizza ramen soup. Now I have to be honest, when I first heard of this recipe, I thought that it sounded a little bit weird. I was a little hesitant, but as I read my husband the recipe, as soon as he heard that it was from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cookbook, he was sold and he was like, that one, we're gonna make that one. So let me share with you what you'll need. You'll need some shredded mozzarella for garnish. You'll need a package of ramen noodles. You'll just use the noodles, not the seasoning packet. Some chicken broth. I would recommend you using a reduced sodium. A jar of pizza sauce, and then the recipe called for frozen mirepoix mix. I didn't have that, so I just used some onion and bell pepper, garlic, pepperoni. Here I'm using turkey pepperoni. You'll need some Italian seasoning, oregano, some Parmesan cheese, and then some salt and pepper. To get started, I've got this pot over about medium heat and I'm going to dice up my pepperoni and crisp it up. Now because I'm using turkey pepperoni, there's really no fat in this, so I added just a tiny little bit of oil, maybe a teaspoon, but I'm just going to crisp that up, and once it's crisp, I'm going to remove that from the pot and set that aside. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but I will include links to Amanda's videos in my description box below for the items that I'm making today, so be sure to check those out. So now I'm just going to add in my diced onions and bell pepper. I'm going to give that a stir and allow that to cook for about 3 minutes or until they start to get tender. Now I'm going to add in my garlic, my Italian seasoning, and my oregano. Give that a stir and cook that for about 30 seconds. And I'm also going to add in a little bit of salt and pepper. Then I'm going to add in my chicken broth. Then the jar of pizza sauce. Then the Parmesan cheese. Then I'm going to bring that to a boil, reduce the heat to about medium-low, cover it, and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Next, I'm going to add in my ramen noodles. Now, again, you don't want to use the seasoning packet. You'll just want to discard that. But I broke up the noodles. I thought it would make the soup a little easier to eat. I'm going to give that a stir, add my pepperoni back in, and then I'm going to turn the heat back up to about medium-high and cook the noodles for about 5 to 7 minutes or until they are cooked all the way through. And here is the finished soup. And here are our plates. So I garnished the soup with some shredded mozzarella cheese, and then I made some quick quesadillas. This is just a tortilla with some shredded mozzarella, and then I cooked it with a little bit of butter. I just thought that would be really good dipped in the soup, and it was. This soup, like I said, at first I was hesitant to make it, but it was actually pretty good. My husband really, really loved it, so I would recommend you give this a try. I think kiddos would really love this. The next recipe of Amanda's I'm making is a Crockpot Sesame Chicken. This was actually really good. We enjoyed this and it was quick and easy to put together. Let me show you what you will need. Now I am having the recipe, so I've got 2 chicken breasts here that I am going to cut into large chunks. You're then going to need some honey, brown sugar, garlic powder, and then I have some cooking spray here so that I can spray my crock pot, some sesame oil, soy sauce. I always use the reduced sodium, but use what you like. Sesame seeds, rice wine vinegar, and crushed red pepper flakes. And not pictured in that previous clip is you'll also need some cornstarch. But to get started, I'm going to spray my crock pot liner with some cooking spray, add my chicken, and then basically this is just a dump and go recipe. You're just going to add everything, again, except that cornstarch, into your slow cooker and give that a stir. Now, this recipe, like I said, we really enjoyed it. It is not exactly like restaurants' sesame chicken that I've had, but of course that's deep fried, but it was still really, really good. I recommend you give this a try, and honestly, I liked that it's not deep fried. I've mentioned before in a video, I try not to deep fry a lot. It just makes a mess, and you know, we're trying to be a little bit healthier. I hesitate to say that, but usually I try to stick with my air fryer or my oven, and then plus you have all the grease, so I try not to fry a whole lot. So I really liked that this recipe, you don't fry it, but again, so like I said, it's not exactly like sesame chicken that you would get at a takeout restaurant, but it's still really good. So again, here I'm just adding all of the ingredients. I'm then going to stir it together, cover this with a lid, and then cook this on low for about 3 hours or until your chicken reaches 165 degrees. Once my chicken is done, I'm going to remove it from the crock pot, and then I took the liquids that were in the crock pot, I put it in this little saucepan here, and then I made a cornstarch slurry with some cornstarch and cold water. I whisked that together until it was thickened. I added the chicken back into the crock pot, and now I'm going to add that thickened sauce into the crock pot and give that a stir, and then that's it. The chicken will be ready. And here is the finished sesame chicken. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of sesame seeds on top for garnish. To go along with the chicken, I'm making some white rice. Here is my little rice cooker that I got. It's just a cheapy little one that I got at Walmart several years ago, but it works great. I'm making some steamed broccoli for my second side. I just have this Great Value broccoli that I microwaved according to the package instructions. I'm going to place it into this bowl and add some butter. Well, this isn't real butter. I can't believe it's not butter, but I'm going to add a little bit of this and then a little salt and pepper and give that a stir, and the broccoli will be done. And here are the plates. So we have the sesame chicken, the steamed broccoli, and the white rice. This was really delicious. And like I said, it was super quick and easy to put together. It was a dump and go crock pot recipe, so I recommend you give this a try. The last recipe I'm going to make today of Amanda's are these chocolate crescents. These are so good. I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge sweets person. I'm especially not a huge chocolate person, but these were delicious. You have got to give them a try. You just need 3 ingredients: crescent rolls, mini chocolate chips, and some powdered sugar. To get started, I'm going to open my can of crescents. I'm then going to unroll them and then take one little triangle and add some of the chocolate chips. I'm going to press the chocolate chips into the dough just a little bit, and then I'm just going to roll up my crescent rolls just like I would if I was just making regular crescent rolls. Then I'm going to place this onto a greased cookie sheet and keep going until I've used up all my crescent rolls. And here are the finished crescents out of the oven. You'll want to sprinkle a little bit of powdered sugar on them, and that's it. And here are the crescents plated up. Again, like I said, y'all have got to try these. They were so quick and easy to put together, and they are delicious. I think this would be really good for your kids to get in the kitchen and help you make. These were so good. I used to get the chocolate croissants from Panera all the time, and they were amazing. I got it recently, and I don't know if they changed the recipe or if it was just my Panera, but it wasn't as good as what they used to be. But these crescents right here really remind me of those, and they're a fraction of the cost. So like I said, I highly recommend you give this a try. Make sure you check out Amanda's channel as well as the playlist as soon as you're done watching this video. Thank you, Amanda, for these recipes, and for Sarah for hosting. This was so much fun. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button below and subscribe to my channel. Have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.